Hello everyone, it's me again, Sun99, aka No Brainer. I don't have anyone with me in this lobby because it is Artificery, a sealed tournament once again. For those of you who didn't catch my last one, the idea with this one is that I get 8 random generated packs from Agent of Zion and I have to make a deck with them, and everyone else also gets 8 random packs and they have to make 8 of them, or whatever, and I have not yet checked what these are. Legacies and Rivals cards. Let's go. This is a deck bag, and what are we going to get from it? Now, hero and villain requirements are removed, just like in draft, but restrictions are still there. Let me... There we go. But restrictions, color restrictions are still there, so you can have hero and villain decks in the same, characters in the same deck, but these are the... Oh, he actually sorted the rivals for me, that's nice. And wait, what? Oh, oh, okay. So rivals, and then the cards. These are the cards I got. Wait, is that how this works? So three, and then it starts from here. It starts from here are the not rival cards. Right. Okay. Yes. All right. I figured this out. I figured this out, guys. All right. So, uh, 2, 3. There's quite a bit of grays in the rival set. Oop. And I need to press H to get rid of my hand so that that doesn't happen ever again. Alright, okay, so we have 12 blue, 10 yellow, 9 red, and 9 gray. Alright, let me just group those so that it looks much neater. Okay, let's take a look here. So, blues, unbreakable. Okay, resilient, feel the force, ugh. Okay, another resilient, investigate, mislead, feel the force, I only have 1 dice here. Okay, that doesn't look like a good set of cards at all. Runaway Bombers, okay, that's a dice. Easy pickings. A second Runaway Bombers, okay. Easy pickings is amazing. Looks like I'm going to be going yellow, guys. I got a Jar Jar. Now that's interesting. He might be cheap. He might be worthwhile, but I might just take the draft characters, you know? Well, 2 well connectors. Okay, so I've got really good yellow draft cards here. 11 Blaster, that's alright. Battle Fatigue, Fragmentation Grenade, that's not terrible. Quit, 2 equips. I don't have weapons for that. Cover Team, Period Position, a second 11 Blaster, and Final Moment. Alright. So it looks like I'm going to be going yellow-red. Well, actually, what's in my grays here? A Battlefield. What's this battlefield here? Okay. Second Battlefield. Third Battlefield. Ugh, 3 battlefields. And a redeploy pistol. Okay, a redeploy pistol's pretty good here. So I have quite a lot of redeploy in this, actually. Quite a lot. But these are a lot of worthless blue cards. A lot of worthless blue cards. All right, let's just start trying to put together a deck of some kind here. We're gonna probably be using Ketsu and Lobot. I don't have any other characters basically apart from the Jawa. I didn't accidentally merge a character in this set here. No, I didn't. So these are our 5 potential characters. Now the thing is, in draft, Crafted Lightsaber and Hidden Motive are 2 really good cards, which might make you want to go Anakin. But come on, these are some worthless cards. Worthless cards. So I got 3 yellow dice, 3 red, 1 blue, 1 grey, which is here, and 1 blue, which was Force Meditation, which is horrible. Okay, well, let's start putting cards that I definitely know I'm going to want here. I'm definitely going to want this. I'm definitely going to want this. Definitely going to want this. Definitely going to want... did I put this back in? Oh, no, it's right here. What am I talking about? Red cards, definitely going to want the two E11s. Definitely going to want the fragmentation grenade. Basically, you just want every die you can get. Definitely want the double runaway boombas. These are going to be huge. Like, absolutely ridiculous. There's been some arguments as to whether or not you can actually use the power action when you only have one boomers out, because technically you're spending a resource to roll a boomers. It doesn't say that that has to come from your set aside zone, but it might. But it does imply that you need it to come from the set aside zone, because the seventh sister die for the ID9 does require it to come from the set aside zone. But in theory, you could roll out a runaway boomers and don't worry, and then resolve it, and then it's back on the card, and then you could power action to put it out again. But with two runaway boomers, I can just reveal that I have two runaway boomers, and then I'm fine. The double well connected is going to be great for resource generation here. So I'm already up to 11 out of 20. Subdue might be good. I don't know. I'm clearly going to have a lot of indirect damage. Rumors is probably going to be pretty terrible. Counter-Strike could be okay unless I go up against a melee deck. Like, if I go up against melee, Counter-Strike is not very effective. Counter-Strike is not that effective with indirect either. I mean, you're paying 1 to do 2 more indirect damage. That's not great. Scruffy-looking Nerf Herder might have some value. So these might have some value. I'll put the ones with some value over here. Remote Stockpile, I don't like it as a card. Like, you're just so far behind on actions to actually use it. But I did get 2 of them, which is pretty impressive. But they are pretty. You get so far behind after using and you spend 2 actions playing it, and then you play. So you spend 2 turns, should I say, activating this, which is 2 actions, and then you do a third to actually take the money off of it. So it takes 3 turns for it to pay itself off. That's just ridiculous. Remote Stockpile is just a terrible card. Outnumber, I'm probably going to be going with a 3-character deck, so removing a character die is viable. Dive might be a possibility, but Vibro Sword, I don't have melee, but I can definitely take the T21. T21 is just a straight up good card here. Supply pack, probably not. Resourceful, depends if I'm taking the Jawa or not. Oop. Emulate, depends. Surprise attack, these are just filler cards at this point. Do I want turn to die to a side showing a value of 1? I might want that. Well, actually, so what are my points totals right now? I'm looking at 21 points. But if I take the Anakin, I can take the Jar Jar, and that would put me to 27. But is that anything? But there's nothing blue I care about at all. My upgrades are resiliences. Resolving blue damage. I mean, yeah, there's some good removal in here with mislead and consumed, but witch magic. That's an okay card actually, because I've got a good amount of odd numbers. That's probably a field medic level of good, right? That's a pretty damn good card actually. But I don't want to run Anakin. I mean, he's got 1 more hit point than Ketsu, but Ketsu has a really good weapon ability, but half my weapons are blinking. Most of my weapons have redeploy anyway. I will say Fragmentation Grenade's not going to be as effective as I'd like it to be. Now, Jar Jar does allow for some hijinks. Is it better than a Jawa, though? Is Jar Jar better than a Jawa? Jar Jar has 1 more hit point. But the Jawa actually has a damage side, right? But Jar Jar can be good to force rerolls on other damage sides from other people, I guess. I just don't want anything from... The only things I'd want from blue were the crafted lightsaber and the hidden motive. And those aren't terrible, but... Alright, well... Are there any things I'd want in here, definitely? For definite here. Fight back. I would definitely want fight back. Alright, so... I'm up to 14 cards. I need a lot more cards than this. Final Moment probably wouldn't ever be effective. It costs 4 to play, and I'm gonna try and win off of boomers. Battle fatigue might work out quite nicely with indirect damage. Yes, cover team definitely because I've got a lot of indirect. Honestly, superior position would not be terrible. Man, I usually have better cards in Blinking Draft than I have in here. Hmm. Hang on a second, I'm gonna unmute people.
Dresden.
Hey, can you run a less than 30 card deck?
20 is the minimum.
Yeah,
All
as low
right.
as 20.
All right, because I have no good blue cards, so I'm running a bit low on cards. Okay, and I'm back to there we go. I'm just in there's a chat room where everyone's around, and I'm just asked around. That was Zion. Okay, targeting computer. Might as well just put it in, right? Emulate. Might as well put it in again. Outmaneuver. Yeah, sure. Vibro Sword isn't a great card. But I mean, it's a dice card. Do I have how many dice cards do I currently have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could get away with 9. I can get away with not including the Vibro Sword here. I can get away with not including the Vibro Sword because I have 9. And in my experience, 8 to 10 is kind of all you really need. Nice case of what else could I put in? I can do a limit of 20 cards, but then I might just die to a mill if a mill exists. And mill is definitely very viable in a lot of these. I think Ice Storm might be effective to just remove shields. Surprise attack, yeah, okay, I'll put in a surprise attack, I guess. Rumors just is too expensive for what it does. And equip, move a weapon from a character to another character, but I have 1, 2, I have 3 non-redeploys. Now, equip does allow me to basically just roll the weapon die in again, and that's not terrible, right? But I mean, the weapons aren't good enough, I don't think, to be valuable for equipping. Right, if these were 4-cost weapons, I mean, Kanto Bright Pistol might be good enough to spend an equip on it to basically roll the die in again. In fact, arguably most of these are. This one, the sniper rifle, the E11 blasters actually aren't terrible to just roll in again, try and get a 1 or 2. Not great either. Fragmentation grenades, no, you wouldn't want to pay equip on that. T21, not really either. If you're paying 1 to roll in another die, you want it to have the ability to do 3 damage, I think. And the Bite Pistol does, the 11 blasters don't. Do I want the Vibro Sword? I don't have melee. Ketsu has melee side, though. Do I want my 10th die in here? I can always override it for a Kanto or a T21, I guess. I'll put it in. I'll probably just use it for discard fodder at the end of the day. Dive could be highly effective if they're running a ranged deck, but there are this is legacies only, right? I'm fighting legacies only. I'm fighting against legacies only. So how likely are they going to have 3 ranged dice in the pool for me to mitigate? I don't have a resource engine either. I have 2 well connecteds, and that's about it for resources, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. And I've got a fragmentation grenade and runaway boomers, which are going to cost. I'm going to spend a lot of resources in these games, so I don't think I can afford a dive here. But a subdue might be something I just put in to hopefully draw in the late game. And scruffy looking nerf herder. I get to look at my opponent's hand. I discard a card. I might put it in just to bring my deck total up to 27, 26 here. I don't want the Bespin Wingard. Bespin Wingard's really, really good in draft formats when you can afford to be slow, but I have a very low health team. Even putting in Anakin instead of like the Ketsu or Lobot is only a 1 hit point difference. Now, mislead and consume are okay cards, and Witch Magic is good. And then these two are fantastic cards. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. For now, I'm gonna have just these three characters. I'm not even gonna put in a. I'm not gonna put in a Jawa, even though I think the Jawa might be better than the Jar Jar. Because I think I just need that 1 hit point. And the free reroll is nice. So I'm just gonna go with 26 cards right now. And a lot of these are good, I'll be honest. But I do have two well connectors in here. I have an easy pickings. And that's what I'm going to do. Alright, and now it's battlefield time! What battlefield do we want? I have 5, right? I just have the 5? Yeah, just have the 5. Okay. So, landing zone Scarif. Reroll any number, then resolve a die. That's not terrible. Imperial Palace. This would actually be really good with my boomers. Imperial Palace. Turn a die to any side of the power generator trench. That's very effective as some mitigation. With a Jar Jar in the deck, it might be effective to have one of those battlefields that I want to resolve quickly. The Sith Temple Malachor allows me to remove a die to deal unblockable damage. That could work on Jar Jar's die. I could be removing Jar Jar's die, but with how low my character health is, I don't want to give my opponent the potential for a battlefield that can give them more consistent damage. So it's Dry Fields, Imperial Palace, or the Power Generator Trench. No, Dry Fields, Citadel Landing Zone, or the Power Trench, in my opinion here. Dry Fields is always good. Get a resource if you have no resources. This is going to be a resource expense. This is going to be an expensive resource deck, actually. Rolling then resolve a die. That's just really, really good with boomers. Boombas. Can also work quite nicely with fragmentation grenades. I feel like I'd get a lot of value out of this. I feel like I could get a lot of value out of this. But I could also get a lot of value out of the dry field. You need a resource if you have no resources. But I am going to be kind of a slow deck once my supports get up online. And most of my mitigation is actual mitigation rather than rather than turning dice to sides. So I'll take the Citadel Landing Zone here, actually. And this will be my deck. 26 cards, Jar Jar. Jar Jar. Alright. Well, let's just see how this goes. By this point, the next video should already be up, so I'll see you guys there.